my grandchildren, 25, 22, and yes, for the sake of our grandchildren, all ages, all children, all people, all walks of life, and our Mother Earth, who is our precious, precious Mother, Father Sky, plants, all that is in our natural world. Well, we've been working on a wonderful book called Strength in the Storm by S. Warren, a Hindu Buddhist teacher, worked with Mahatma Gandhi, and really brought some ideas about transformation and finding balance in power and the way we look at life. So I'm going to have a brief little sharing this morning, and then we're going to have you have the opportunity to say how you are living peace in your life. Well, this is a cute little story I just heard. It's about a little boy who was in the kitchen with his mom, and she's cooking and doing things. And finally he said, "Mother, where do we come from?" She said, "Well, you know, we come from God." Now, God created us. We come from God. So a few hours later, he's out in the garage with his dad, who's tinkering on the car, said, "Dad, where do we come from?" He said, "Well, son, there's a thing called evolution. And, you know, a lot of things have happened on planet Earth, and many scientists believe we come from monkeys." Now, the little boy goes back a few hours later to his mother, and he said, "Mom, Dad said we came from monkeys." She said, "Oh, that's his side of the family." Thank you. So in Unity, we look from all perspectives, right? And whatever mom or dad said or told us previously, we all have the opportunity to choose and to experience and have our own perceptions and perspectives. And that's what we've been talking about in Walking a Path of Peace. Now, to me, walking, I use that word walking because actually that means we're active. We're not just sitting in the chair thinking about it. We're not just contemplating. We're taking action. We're engaged. Now, how do you and I in Salem, Oregon, or Happy Valley where I live, how do we engage in peace? We might feel like, oh, that's up to them. Or we might think it's political. Or we might think that's international. Or that's up to the government. I beg to differ. Peace begins where? Right here. We know it. And we know what it feels like to be out of peace. Two of us. Okay. We know what it feels like to be out of peace. And then we know what it feels like to be in, my word is going to be harmony. Like Angela and Jeff and Merle and Elizabeth. We know what it feels like to be in harmony. Ooh. And then we know what it feels like to be upset, confused, angry, frustrated. All of those feelings. We feel out of touch with that inner knowing that is peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. We've had the opportunity over the last few weeks to look at how can we calm our mind. I didn't take that class, did you? There wasn't a class that 101, learn how to calm your mind. I didn't even know I could calm. And he, as Warren, gave us techniques on how to calm our mind, how to quiet our mind, how to stop when we're ready to overreact. Just stop and be present. Would you agree? So in that learning process, we realize that we can do new ways of living at peace. How do I personally live at peace? How do I really figure out and transform from old ideas. One of the things that is difficult, and I have a little reading here right in front of me. Oh, it's upside down. One of the things that is challenging is that we're not the only person on the planet. Have you noticed? So I may be at peace, but the world around me is upset. Now, how do I stay at peace when everything around me is confused, upset, frustrated? How do I breathe in and out and hold my place of peace without judging the other person? I have a reading. Matthew Fox, one of my favorites. Though the practice of deep looking and deep listening, through the practice of deep looking and deep listening, we become free, able to see the beauty and values in our own and others' traditions. Yet to get to the point of seeing the beauty and value in other traditions, one must look and listen deeply into one's own. One must practice some path along the journey that leads to depth. Deep listening. How many of us are? Deep listening comes from the heart. One must enter the well of mystical experience. To meet another is to meet oneself and one's own tradition. So before we can ever have an exchange with another person about peace, we have to know where we are and how we experience peace. Remember last week I told the story about being in Mexico and I was so excited to get on the boat, and then it was a little wooden boat and they brought it up on the sand and I got in, out to sea, choppy water. Where's the life jackets? We don't have life jackets. They had inner tubes. You remember this story? How could you forget? And in that moment, I was petrified, absolutely petrified. Little girl at home. And I said, turn the boat around, which got a lot of laughter. Eventually, the boat turned around. It came back. Now, I was in choppy water, and I used that analogy. When we are in choppy water, we're concerned, we're afraid, we can't see beyond the choppy water. Would you agree? We're immersed in it. It may be fear, it may be anger, it may be disappointment, may be frustration, may be all kinds of feelings. And I use this word, vulnerability. We feel vulnerable. We don't know how it's going to work out. We can't see through it. We're in it so deeply. And when we are vulnerable, we need to go to the heart, breathe. If we have a mantra, affirmation, and accept our vulnerability. When we shut down and don't listen to our feelings is when we overreact. I'll say it again. We shut down. We don't accept our feelings of vulnerability, and that's when we overreact. Now, overreacting is messy. Would you? Yeah? Have you put your foot in your mouth before? Have you said things you regret? There's 6 of us on this side of the room, and that side of the room, they're just, yeah. Oh, we got a few raise of hands. So that sense of then, we've got mud on our face, or however we feel, stop. Acknowledge the vulnerability Acknowledge the feelings. Go within. Breathe. Breathe. Listen. Listen. Listen to our hearts. So we have talked about practicing, as I said. Peace, be still. I am whole. Whatever words calm you, whatever, maybe it's a visual of the ocean or a sunset or your puppy that sleeps through everything. What is it that calms you and brings you a sense of, I'm safe. I feel safe. And then we can take action. Then we can use words. Then we can begin to communicate. So as we ask ourselves, now this is all about truly inner work. Do I have a sense of having a life jacket in my life? Am I still looking for it? Am I ready to practice peace? Now, the whole world is telling us it's about them. Peace, as we know, starts here. And we can never expect anyone else to be at peace until we are. Once again, dang. I mean, I want everyone else to do it first, please. And we get to be way shores. It's our work. So right now, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to ask you to kind of huddle up, and I'm going to have a few questions. Here we go. So this is something you're going to have the opportunity, if you want, to share with the person next to you at your table. When you are upset, afraid, how do you calm your mind? Have you changed your viewpoint about inner peace over the years? So, turn to the people at your table. When you are upset, afraid, how do you calm your mind? You have to talk. You have to say something. You have to say something. You have to say something. You can talk about food, I don't care, but you have to say something. When you're upset or afraid, how do you calm yourself?
That's another issue. I was attracted to unity because of the spiritual approach. But my background was Unitarian.
Next question. Have you changed your viewpoint about inner peace over the years? Okay, well, keep talking. If you stay with that, if you're still talking about that first one, keep talking. We have one more question. You can keep going on this one. I mean, please don't let me interrupt. But there's one more. What is your life jacket? What spiritual tool do you use when you feel vulnerable? What spiritual tool do you use when you feel vulnerable and you're ready to switch to peace? Paul goes out and chops wood. We're going to move into a quiet time just for a moment. Thank your table partners. Thank you, table partners. And you can always talk after the service if you didn't have enough time. So I'm just going to ask you to put your hand on your heart, or open your hand, wiggle around in that chair. Ah. Let's exhale together. Ah. Oh. We have shared our hearts and our ideas and our thoughts. And more importantly, we've shared our energy. And I feel a smile in this room. There's an opening in this room. There's an energy, connection, truth be known. We dwell in peace. We dwell in peace. Now the mind is circular. It likes to go round and round in thoughts. So you can stop that movement. You can stop the circle, and you can be present. We'll just sit together for a few moments in the quiet. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know that our perceptions are different, our lives are different. And peace can bring us together. In your own words and in your own way, saying to yourself, I am at peace. I am at peace. I am calm. I am quiet. I am safe. I am whole. I am at peace. The indwelling spirit in me, in you, and in all of life, when we focus, is at peace. I am at peace. For this and so much more, we are grateful. It is done. Amen. Amen. Sweet